Are you bracing for the back to school transition? You're hunkered down knowing it's going to be a tough one? Well, in my webinar earlier this week called Back to School Without Any Battles, everybody who attended learned the three components that are critical for easing big transitions such as back to school. And that's what you're going to hear today, the quick version of those. You see, there are three components to having an easier transition for kids who are strong-willed and intense. The first component is that there has to be clarity. So if a transition is difficult, that means that something is unclear. The second component is input. So that means that your child has to have some sort of input and voice for where they can be in control so that life doesn't feel like it's just happening to them. And the third component is positivity. What this means is there's a skill that is needing to be reinforced so that your child continues to have an easier time transitioning and being flexible. For example, for the back to school transition, one of the reasons kids get really anxious is because they're not sure exactly how the day will go. You can create clarity around that both by describing the rhythm of their days as well as asking them questions so that they can process through whatever obstacle you're not even sure is in there and they can gain that clarity. Then you want to make sure that they have input regarding downtime. Back to school sounds like there's never going to be a break. So kids have been off for summer or they've been doing fun things like going to summer camp, and they're prepared for the big change in schedule because we tend to share that with them. We say, okay, it's going to be a long day. You're going to be at school all day. You'll be taking the bus. After school, there's going to be homework. Here are your extracurricular activities. And we start doing that because we get anxious. We get nervous about how tightly scheduled things are going to be. And you know as a parent that once your kids get home from school, it never seems to be enough time to squeeze in all that needs to be done, including homework and dinner and extracurriculars and the bedtime routine. Allow your child to have some input so they know when they get downtime and you're focusing on that, not just all the things that need to get done. As far as positivity goes, it's really important to talk to your child about how flexible they're being, how patient you know they can be, and recalling examples and telling stories about that so that that skill is reinforced and they have a sense of positivity around it rather than the negativity of something they're just not typically good at. One of the value words you can add in there is talking about how brave they are. Acknowledging, yes, back to school can be really tough. I remember last year, new teacher, new classroom, new everything, new smells. You were so brave. It was bumpy a little bit, but you were really brave. Commenting on that allows your child to see some of the positive aspects of their back to school transition rather than just the struggles. I'm curious to hear from you. When you learn about these three critical components, what have you nailed? Usually there's one aspect that you're already really good at. And then I'm curious on the flip side of where do you need to improve? See, as a way of supporting you during this back to school transition, and if you're tired of trying to hold yourself accountable and piecing together parenting plans, then I want you to know that right now I'm offering a summer savings of $100 off my parenting program called the Mad to Glad Blueprint. If you haven't heard about it before, this is an 8-class online course where you learn about what's going on in your child's brain, and it walks you step by step through a system where you develop habits so that your child listens better, transitions smoother, in a very holistic sense where you're taking into account your child's brain, your family dynamics, and their individual temperament. I've done the 10,000 hours with intense kids. I've read the 100 of parenting books and done a lot of the research in child development and brain science to find out what are the strategies that work best for intense kids that also feel good to you as a parent. I've identified the gaps and the stumbling blocks so you don't have to waste time experimenting. And I love that I can pass this program on to you that we are officially releasing right now. It's called the Mad to Glad Blueprint. You can access that through my website. Go to madtoglad.com/virtual hyphen coaching. That's the number 2 glad.com/virtual hyphen coaching. So this special is something that is only active through August 31st. I would love to have you participate, and as an added bonus, because I know we've been developing a relationship over time, you've been checking out my videos, I would love to talk to you personally. So I'm throwing in 2 live group calls at the end of September and middle of October for everybody who registers with this summer savings so that I can connect with you and hold your hand and navigate some of the unique challenges that will pop up for you as you're doing this program. Now, the way to register once you go through my website and you read all about the 8 pillars of parenting is you want to enter coupon code SPECIAL at checkout. That's a capital SPECIAL. And special is for summer special and to draw out the special gifts that your child has and to re-enliven that special spark that you have or had in your family dynamics. Remember that what you do matters, so don't struggle and go it alone, and don't just wing it. Carve out some time to be thoughtful. You will be glad that you did. I look forward to seeing you on our live group calls as a Mad to Glad participant, as well as hearing from you in the comments below. Remember to share what you've nailed to help your child with transitions and where do you need improvement. That will help me help you, because when you put something out there publicly, the whole community can help support you and hold you accountable. Look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.